Hello ladies and gentlemen, Konadra here. Welcome to the Assetto Corsa Procedural Rally Championship as we are testing the Holy Moose's Procedural Rally program, doing a rally event in Assetto Corsa in the Celica on a Tarmac Rally that has been created 100% from algorithm. No hand modeling, no real replicated roads here. This is all just done by algorithm, making new courses for us every time, similar to the way that it is done in Dirt 4, except that the courses are actually random instead of just splicing together pre-made pieces. It's very, I would say, very early in development still. There's a lot of work to be done yet, and we're very much so just testing this at this point, but it is getting pretty polished enough that we're going to try our very first actual event here. This is going to be Tarmac Rally. There will be gravel or gravel-like rallies in the future, but for now we are doing Tarmac, which is okay, because this Celica this is an Assetto Corsa car. It's in the Ready to Race pack, I believe. It's a handful. It's a very weird car to drive. So I'm going to try my best here. We do have a co-driver, as Moose has also developed a co-driver app, and the calls are done by members of our community. Even I did a co-driver call pack. They're not pre-recorded, as in they're not read through the stage. It works in the same way that they work in Dirt 4, where it gives you a call based on the kind of turn the game thinks you're going up against here. So that itself may need some work as well. I'm going to try and take it easy as much as I can. We are competing with other people, and there is a website similar to how we used to do it in Conelanders, where you can compare times. As of now, the stages that I'm running, they will be available for download. In the future, there may be either an ability to create your own stages or just a mass amount of stages to choose from. And this program can actually make real-world roads as well if you give it the right data. It's very, very impressive. I'm going to try my best not to make a mockery of it, but no secrets here. I'm not the world's best rally driver. So we'll see what I can do here. Get up to the line. The graphics are simplistic for sure. They're enough. They're just enough to keep you immersed, but the actual skeleton of the track is what is being focused on right now. Alright, making this a little bit more interesting, usually you get 2 runs at the stages and you get to take your best run. Looks like, at least for the first stage, I will only have 1 run, as I'm having a problem with shadow play and Assetto Corsa here all of a sudden, where it doesn't actually record when it was saying it was recording. So I'm using OBS to record this time. Hopefully that all works fine. You know, nothing like trial by fire, right? Alright, well let's get ready to go here. I'm gonna take it real easy, seeing as how I'm only gonna get 1 run at this. And we'll go 3, 2, 1, go!
Right 2, left 2.
There you hear it, co-driver calls. Done today by none other than Yole Yole. This car is an H-pattern car, which makes things a little bit more difficult.
Left 5.
Fast
right
section
4.
right here. A little bit of lockup and a slide.
Right 2.
Interestingly, for being
Left 3.
an all-wheel drive car, I have a hard time controlling it in the slides.
5. Left 4. Hairpin left.
It's pretty okay until you find the edge of grip, and then it's real hard for me to control.
Left 4. Right 4.
A little bit wide there.
Left.
The camber in the turns is actually something new to me to this. As for the...
Hairpin right.
That was a bit fast. Got it though. for the first iterations of this, there was no banking at all, no camber on the road. That has been
Right 5.
very helpful.
Left 5.
Fives here. The
Right
calls are certainly different than the calls I'm used to in Dirt Rally
Left
and Dirt
5.
4.
Right 4. Into. Hairpin
A little bit
left.
more care needing to be taken.
Right 3. Left 3.
A little bit late for that one.
Right 2.
This car has a really weird power band too. I was curious if they had modeled the
Right 5.
cheatiness of it or not.
Left 5.
Because this
Right
is the car that
5.
famously.
Into. Left 4.
Okay,
Right
that was a lot of
4.
calls, Yole.
Left 3. Left 4.
Oh man, so much for telling that story.
Right 5. Left 4.
All right, this is the car that famously had the cheater turbo
Right
setup
4.
that would sneak air. Saved it, past the inlet, and give it more boost.
Right 2.
So did they model that, or did they model like
Left
the
2.
legit version of it? We're 2/3 of the way done. Dangerous turn with no guardrail on the outside. But even the guardrails, the ribbons you see, the little corner markers you see, all of that is done procedurally.
Left 5.
There's no
Left
human
5.
eye noting
Left
where to put
3.
the things. So if you notice some inconsistencies with that stuff,
Right 3.
certainly, obviously, needing tuning in some ways.
Left 3. Right
Didn't
2.
quite know when that left 3. A little guardrail bump, never hurt anybody.
Right 4. Into. Right 2.
Okay,
Left 4.
trying not to overdrive it.
Right 4. Into. Left 3. Left 4.
Very sharp uphill section here. The mountains are also new. You only would have really seen the earlier versions of these courses,
Left 5.
or the course generator, if you were watching the streams.
Right 5.
Oh! Well,
Left 5.
we made it to the finish, but we may have murdered
Right
whoever was
5.
standing there. That's a darn shame. Moose, all we need now is the big solid timing boxes that I can run through. All right, a 353 for our first stage. That felt pretty good. I was very amazed to not have any major like spins or offs. I feel like I need a little bit more game volume though. I wonder if it's in my headset. But I gotta load up the second stage now, and we'll move on. All right, now for stage number 2. Move on up to the starting line. Got our setup loaded. There's only 4 minutes left in the session, but I believe it's the case if you start before the time runs out, then it'll let you finish the stage anyway. So we'll go ahead and make our run here. That shouldn't be too much less time than the stage would take anyway. So let's give it a go here. 3, 2, 1, go.
Right 4. Left 3.
Alright.
Right 3.
A little slower at the start of this one.
Left 5.
It's also
Left
worth noting,
5.
this is happening on a
Left
multiplayer
4.
server. So
Right
unlike in the
4.
Codemasters
Into.
games,
Left 2.
you could do these in real time.
Right 1.
Oh, that's gonna be a guardrail hit. Yeah. Sorry, car. Please survive. Everything's
Right
fine.
4.
Everything's fine.
Left 4.
This seems
Right
like a little
5.
bit more of a technical stage.
Left 5. Into. Left 2. Right 2.
Yeah, I should be paying attention to that
Hairpin
stuff.
left.
Right. Good.
Hairpin right.
This car's not a fan of hairpins. Luckily, these are nice wide hairpins.
Left 3.
Yes.
Into. Left
Man, the
1.
banking has helped so much. You have
Right
no idea
1.
how hard it was to get this car to turn on turns exactly like this, except flat. It was very frustrating. But yeah, the thought of doing this,
Right
you can
5.
hold events
Right 3.
real rally style and
4.
stagger your starts. Do them in real time.
Right 5.
Should be intriguing to some.
Right 4.
Or you can do them this style,
Left 3.
where people can kind of do it on their own time.
Right 5.
Probably the
Right
more
4.
popular way to do it.
Into. Left 3.
Try not to let
Left
this hill
5.
gain us too much
Left 5.
speed.
Right 4. Left 2.
Oh man. That's a switchbacky
Left 4.
section there.
Left 5. Right 3.
Right 3.
Right 4. Left 4. Into. Right 2.
Means there's a little short shoot
Right
between the
4.
two. Saved it.
Right 5.
There's not a lot of intentional
Left
sliding
5.
going on with this
Into.
car.
Right 2.
Downhill right 2. Seems to be a lot of downhill right 2s.
Left 5. Left 3.
So this left 3 right here. Quite a bit of banking in it. Able to carry good
Left
speed.
2.
Money shift.
Right 4.
Luckily this car has a lot of revs in it.
Right 4.
Meaning you shift way before
Right
red line.
3. Left 3.
Oh man, the car got very light over that hill.
Right 5. Left 4.
Dancing it around
Right
there.
1.
There's this one.
Left 2.
Right here. See, that would be the place for the guardrail. Then the guardrail starts right after it.
Right 4.
What a troll.
Left 3.
What a troll, computer.
Left 4. Left 4. Right 3. Right 4.
Nice.
Left 5. Right 5.
Really good
Five.
flow in this stage. It's
Right 5.
impressively believable. Really
Left
is.
5. Right 4.
Just a little cheeky guardrail usage there.
Right
2/3 of the way done.
2. Left 5.
More cheeky
Into.
guardrail usage. Oh, there's going to be our first spin.
Left 3. Hairpin left.
Get it pointed around. Oh, I was wrong. I was wrong. I'm sure he stated that too. Maybe it's the lowest speed. Oh, I bet it is. I bet if you go below a certain speed, it automatically ends the session. Alright, well, I'll just count that as my first run. That's fine. We were almost done with it, so yeah. Well, I'll just move on to my second run and try it again. Okay, redo on this stage, now that we have enough time on the server. I was just talking to Moose to make sure that was all working nominally. It turns out, since this is on a multiplayer server, you can actually restart the server, or restart the session before you make your run to make sure you have enough time, which is what I should have done, which is fine. I will just give this another go and hope that everything works smoothly. In a 3, 2, 1, go.
Right 4. Left 3.
Now I gotta try to not overdrive,
Right 3.
as that's usually the case with me in Rally.
Left
If
5.
I ever try to redo a
Left
stage,
5.
I way
Left
overdo it.
4. Right 4. Into.
Especially
Left
on this
2.
first week, getting used to it, I would much rather
Right
underdrive
1.
than overdrive. I still hit that guardrail. I did that the first time through.
Right
It's a
4.
tricky turn.
Left 4. Right 5.
That's
Left
a little
5.
too fast.
Into. Left 2.
Oh, whoa,
Right
whoa, whoa,
2.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Hairpin left.
I'm using this dashboard cam like I used to do in Dirt Rally. For the
Right.
first few weeks I was running this, I was only using the normal cockpit view, which is actually a pretty wrong
Left 3.
field of view
Into.
for
Left
someone
1.
racing on a single monitor like myself.
Right 1.
So in order to try and help myself a little bit with this, we don't hit the end of the guardrail, I'm trying this view, as I noticed that's what most of the other guys do.
Right 5. Right
It is a little
3.
harder to kind of place
Left
where
4.
the right side of the car is in the world.
Right 5.
I'll admit.
Right 4. Into. Left 3.
But it corrects the sense of
Right
speed.
5.
That's the big part
Right
of field of
4.
view.
Into. Left
If you
3.
have the wrong field of
Left
view,
5.
much too wide,
Left 5.
it gives
Right
you
4. Left 2.
a skewed sense of speed. Wow, we got lucky on that one.
4. Left 5. Right 3. Right 4.
It's like a tricksy turn here. Oh, it actually wasn't too bad.
Left 4. Into. Right 2. Right 4.
Third, fourth.
Right 5. Left 5. Into. Right
Nice.
2. Left 5.
I think I said this the first time through.
3.
This section right here just seems to have a really great flow.
Left 2.
Flows better than a tailgate track.
Right 4.
Well, that wasn't much of a compliment, was it?
Right 4. Right 3. Left 3.
Seems we're reaching kind of the top of a mountain here.
Right 5.
We
Left
go
4.
back downhill at any point. I always prefer uphill stages to downhill stages.
Right 1.
The downhill really makes you gain a lot of momentum,
Left 2.
which you might not be ready for. Nice.
Right 4. Left 3.
That's a tricksy turn.
Left 4. Left 4.
Right
Right
tree.
3.
Levitating tree
Right
of awesomeness.
Left 5. Right 5.
Right.
Left
Speeding
5.
up again. All these fives.
Right 5.
See, when you're in that
Left
many
5.
fives for that
Right
long,
4.
eventually you gain enough speed that they're not really fives anymore. Oh, that hurt. That hurt significantly.
Right 2.
See, it's always the run back through that I overdrive. Alright, this is about where we had made it. I believe.
Left 5.
That one again.
Into. Right 4. Left 3. Hairpin left.
There is. Oh, there is.
Right 3. Into. Right 2.
Please turn. Stretch it out again.
Right 5. Left 4. Into. Right 3.
You don't know if that was a
Left
right 5.
Left 4.
Sorry, Ole.
Right 4. Into. Right 2.
I didn't trust your judgment there. Even though you have nothing to do with what calls are coming up. I want to make sure that's clear.
Right 5. Right
It's
3.
all in the app that figures out what turn is what and just
Left 5.
plays
Right
the
5.
pre-recorded clips.
Into. Left 3. Left 5. Into. Left 3. Right 3. Left 2.
This is very technical here. How
Right
about that
4.
cut?
Into. Left 2. Right 4.
Definitely don't feel as good
Right 5.
here as I did on the first stage for whatever reason. This is not clicking with me as well.
Left 5. Into. Right 2.
We're getting close to the end,
Right
seeing as
4.
how we saw that
Into.
2/3
Left
marker
3.
there. Quite a
Right
wise,
4.
quite a while back. Is that it there? Yep. Full speed.
Left 5.
Hey,
Right
didn't
4.
murder anybody this time. 539. Yeah, it seems like they're pretty similar in length. And then, in case anybody was wondering, if you just keep going. Goodbye, world. All right, now for stage number 3. Get up to the start line here. We got plenty of time on the server. Stop right about there. And we'll do a 3, 2, 1, go. No calls. Must be real fast right here.
left 2.
Alright, into a left 2.
Right 3.
Slow it way down.
Left 4.
Nice.
Right 5. Left 5. Into right 4.
Alright.
Left 2.
Kind of seems a bit like the middle part of the last
4,
stage.
Into
But
left
again,
3,
it's not like Dirt 4
right
where
5,
you recognize
left 5,
tiles, you recognize
into
turns.
right 2,
I think the worst part of that in Dirt
left
4
5,
was the scenery around the turns.
right
That's what
5.
really made it blindingly obvious that you were repeating turns throughout a stage.
right 3,
This 3, that's going to be a tricky
right
one.
4, into
Over the
left
crest.
2,
There's a little snow there. The snow is obviously just retextured grass, since Assetto does not have any snow modeling.
right 1,
Sadly, it doesn't have... Okay, I didn't know where this one was. Right here.
left 2,
Sadly, it doesn't have dirt modeling either. Hey, maybe this will be popular enough that Kunos will be like, wow, we need to take advantage of this. Let's give Moose a sack full of money, and we'll help develop a
right
dirt
5,
physics for Assetto Corsa.
right 3,
Have just release Assetto Corsa Rally or something. You never know. I mean,
left 3,
thank you, guardrail.
right 3, into left 4,
Lost a bunch of time, but
right
at least we
3,
didn't plummet off into a cliff. What I was going to say is, the expediency that
right
he has
5,
created this whole thing is staggering.
3, into right
He's a
2,
very,
left
very
2,
talented coder for sure.
right 3,
Oh man,
left
this
3,
whole section's real
into
tricky.
right 2,
I might have to take another stab at this stage. Yeah,
left 1,
yeah, I'm gonna do another run of this, I believe.
right 5,
Well, now I'm really gonna do another run of this. Alright, we'll give this one another go. Honestly, what I'm supposed to be doing, and what you're allowed to do, is do a... shit, what's it called? There's a word for it, where you go through the stage at a slow speed, and familiarize yourself with it. I am not doing those due to time restraints, so I feel even less bad about taking multiple runs of the stages, even though that is within the rules. But we'll give this another try here. It gets real fast towards the end, I'll tell you. Alright. 3, 2, 1, go. I'm gonna try not to get caught up in conversation this time. That's what I believe
left
murdered
2,
me.
right 3,
Take it a little easy through this first
left 4,
third of the course.
right 5,
It's real
left
technical
5,
right in the
into
middle, though.
right
The middle
4,
third.
left 2, right 4, into left
I
3,
use thirds because that's how the splits are done.
right 5,
You'll
left
see
5,
yellow signs
into
on the side of the
right
course
2,
indicating a split.
left 5, right 5, right 3,
That's really quite fast
right
there.
4, into left 2,
This is what I would call a mid-level difficulty car. Pretty quick, not ridiculously like Killer Bee quick,
right 1,
but not quite what I would call entry-level either.
left 2,
I have tested some other cars that are more entry-level, and it's a lot of fun. Entry-level cars on Tarmac Rally. It's a pretty great experience. There was one of those split boards, if you didn't see it. You can rewind and find it.
right 5,
Be kind, rewind.
right 3, left 3,
Here's where it starts to get real. There's our skid marks of death from run before.
right 3, into left 4, right 3, right 5, left
Nice.
3, into, right 2, left 2, right 3.
Ooh, that one caught me out a bit again. Oh, same skid marks. Well,
into,
I didn't learn a
right
damn
2,
thing there.
Left 1. Right 5.
Ouch. Ouch. That's a cruel one there as well. Alright, from here it opens up.
Right 5.
I think almost part of what's missing from the co-driver notes in the areas like that is the intensity. Like those are very intense turns
Left
that
2.
are extremely, you know, like you need a lot of caution with. You don't get any
Right
of that
4,
with
into, right
these
2,
kind of notes, and it'd be really, really impossible to code it to know what turns would be like that. Here's our 2/3 mark.
Left 5. Left 5. Right 5. Right 3.
So I'm just gonna have to get better at
Left 3.
noticing those kind of areas myself, and of course
Left 2,
doing those. Why can't I remember what they're called? Recce's? I don't know. Recce is what I do,
right
but
3.
it's called something like that, where you run through the course at a slow speed to
Left 5.
look for areas
right
like
5,
that that might
into, left
might
3,
kill you.
Right 3.
But yeah, the rest of this,
Left 5.
Fantastic.
Right 4.
very
Left
much so
5,
fun.
Left 5. Right
Nice.
4.
This car has a
Right
weird
5.
tendency where when it's sliding like that, the correct
Left
thing to
2.
do with it is just to coast. Don't hit the brakes, don't hit the gas.
Left 3.
Oh, it didn't even give me a call for that right-hander. But I lifted for it.
Right 2.
There's the end. Oh well, we gained some time for sure. 4:12. And who cares if you crash after the line, right? Nobody cares. Just means you're getting it all. 4:12. I'm happy with that. It's a nice improvement. We had a couple little bobbles, but we made the most of it. Into the woods. Your car must be stopped. Stop your car. I can't. Alright, and now for the final stage of the day. Let's do it. Let's get it. 93% grip. A little bit lower. See what we can do with it. 3, 2, 1, go.
Left 2.
Keep in mind, if we don't know the stage, take it a little easy.
Left
We can
4.
do another run if we need
Right
to.
2.
Eventually,
Left
once
5.
this gets
Left 5.
more
right
refined
5.
and we're doing it like just on a regular, consistent basis. Love to throw in some of those old kind of initiatives that I used to do.
Right 5. Right 5.
Boy,
right
that's
2.
a scary section. You would love to just try and perfect and see if you could do it flat out. Oh, a little wide here. Covered pretty smoothly though.
Left 3. Right 3.
Yeah, where like, say if
Left 4.
I was unable to do the stage in one run,
Right 5.
I would have to make like a donation to
Right 5. Right
to
5.
our
Left
new
2.
charity for an additional run, and then
Left
get
2.
others on board with that, which is always a lot of fun in the Conelanders Dirt Rally League. Xavier and Paul and others
Right
that would get on
2.
board with that.
Right 4.
Ooh, yep, there's that not realizing where the car is kind of deal.
Right 5.
I'm gonna try and
Right
flat this 5.
Into. Left 5.
Alright, that
Left
into was a
2.
little long. Oh, here,
Right
please.
4.
Ouch. Oh, yeah. Yep. We're gonna be taking another run of this one. Okay, so apparently I need to take it really easy on this stage. definitely the hardest one of the bunch. Later on in that stage, I ended up falling down the mountain so far that I never made it back up. So, yeah, let's try and take it a little easier here. In a 3, 2, 1, go.
Left 2.
Make sure we don't fall down the mountain. No annoying suddenly reset back to track here, which is nice. Doesn't kill your immersion as much.
Left 5.
However, if you fall off,
5.
you just fall off. Unfortunately, due to the limitations in Assetto Corsa, the trees are not real objects. Moose is working on adding some like boulders and things that are real objects.
Right 5.
In the future.
Right 5. Right 2.
Try and help with that.
2.
But yeah, if you fall off, you just keep sliding down the mountain. And it is modeled a long, long ways, if you were wondering.
Right 3. Left 4. Right 5.
This section flows okay. If you can get it into the right gear. My shifter's getting
Right
rather
5.
worn out, I believe.
Left 2.
It's a little sloppy between the gates anymore, especially in 4th and 6th.
Right 2.
Which seems like a really mean insult to
Right
somebody.
4.
You're a little sloppy between the gates. Huh? I thought that was going to be a
Right
big
5.
crest, and it wasn't.
Right 5. Into. Left 5.
So
left
far,
2.
on the stages we've seen, there's not been a lot of crests. It's not really
Right
been a
4.
big part of it just yet. Which on an asphalt stage is
Right
really
4.
uncommon anyway. That's more of a gravel
Right
stage kind of
2.
thing.
Left 4. Into. Left 3. Left 2.
I don't have a clue
Right
how
1.
co-driver calls would work with that. Probably wouldn't at all.
Left 5. Into.
Save.
Left 3. Right 3.
Need to take it a little easy.
Left 1.
Left 1, huh?
Hairpin right.
Oh, into a hairpin right. I should remember this. I just did it.
5.
But I don't.
Right 5.
All I remember is
Into.
slowly sliding down the
Left
mountain.
3. Right 5. Right 5. Into. Left 4. Right 3.
I want to say that's where I did it.
Left
Maybe
3.
not.
Right 4. Into. Hairpin left.
There's our 2/3 split.
Right 5. Right 5.
Hit the sign.
Into.
Thunk
Left
noises.
3. Right 4. Right 3.
Little bump of the guardrail.
Left 3. Right 5. Right 4. Left 3.
Another bump of the guardrail. That's what it's there for, right? It's guarding us.
Right 5.
And railing us? Maybe let's not say that.
Right 4.
Little slide there that I didn't want.
Right 4. Into. Left 4. Left 2. Right 2.
Yikes. I have been using up that guardrail on this stage.
Left 5. Right 4.
Definitely the messiest of our stages done
Right
so
5.
far.
Right 5. Left 5.
Doesn't help that I never made it this far in the first run.
2. Right 2. Right 1. Left 1.
That particular section, I was getting a little bit of the deja vu the feeling, as in it felt familiar, but everything around it is different, so it's just like a similar piece of road.
Hairpin
Hey, we
left.
made it! Well, I am very surprised. I fully expected to
Right 2.
DNF out of this first week
Right
of
3.
running, And we didn't. So now, I gotta wait for the results to post. Takes a little bit of time for the servers to reset and all that good stuff. But I'll be back when I have some results to show you. But come on, this is pretty cool, is it not? It's pretty cool. All right, here we go. The results for PRL Season 1, Week 1. 4th place overall out of the 10 drivers that have gone so far. Looks like, I think we can order this by stage. Stage 1, oh, well, we're in 4th. The numbers jump around with the person though. 5th on stage 2. 3rd on stage 3, that seems to be our best one. And then the worst one, stage number 4, I thought it was. It just did not feel like I had any good rhythm on that stage. That one will also be, oh no, that one will be 8th place. Is that actually the right time? Because, did I do that 2 runs? No, I only did 1 run there. So yeah, that's it. That is it. So we were 34 seconds behind. Guess who? Sharky. Moose in 2nd place currently. Andrea's in 3rd place. I'm pretty pleased with that. I was worried I would do much, much worse, seeing how I did in the testing events. I sure hope you enjoyed that, and I sure hope you're looking forward to more of this Procedural Rally League. I think I keep calling it the Procedural Rally Championship because, I don't know, PRC just jumps off of my tongue easier than PRL. But anyway, I do hope you enjoyed. Make sure you send some kudos over to Moose for putting this together, creating all of this. It's really impressive. Make sure you come on to the site here if you have Assetto Corsa. Check it out, download the stages for yourself. And moving forward into the future, it sounds like the league will probably be moving over to just a, open kind of league like the Codelanders Dirt Rally League once was. So maybe you'll get to compete yourselves. I sure hope that's the case because it should be a lot of fun. But that'll do it for this week. Thank you as always for watching, and I will see you next time.